Authorities here and across the U.S. this afternoon bracing for what the response will be now that Israeli combat forces have the green light to go into Gaza. Commanders there say they have the nod to move when timing is right for military units that have amassed along the border. More than 350,000 infantry and special forces could go in at any moment. In anticipation of that Israeli invasion, government defense forces pound Gaza with retaliatory airstrikes following the savage October 7th attack by Hamas that killed more than 1,400 people in Israel. More than 3,700 have now been killed in Gaza. When the invasion starts, casualty numbers expected to jump.
Tunnel is going to be the biggest cemetery in the world. We shall do all efforts to bring our hostages back alive. First priority and last priority is to demolish and destroy the military infrastructure of Hamas.
At least 203 people held hostage now by Hamas, possibly including more than a dozen Americans, among them this mother and daughter from Evanston. Here at the FBI Chicago headquarters this afternoon, Special Agent in Charge Robert Wes Wheeler talking with the I-Team about how federal agents have jurisdiction when Americans are held hostage overseas.
And we do that a lot of different ways. Usually, you may be aware we have legal attaches. Those are agents assigned to a small FBI office inside U.S. embassies over 90 countries. And that is usually the way that we operate overseas.
And now the I-Team has heard from this suburban Chicago woman, Emily Rauschenberger, stranded with her Palestinian husband and their 5 children.
The larger conflict of it is quite complex to explain to them at this age, but really, you know, they understand that Palestinians have been struggling for their human rights and freedoms, and this is all part of that struggle.
The family waiting for days at a Gaza border crossing that remains locked despite U.S. assurances it will be opened.
You feel like a bargaining chip, really, and it's frustrating. It's just incredibly frustrating. And so, you know, we try not to go until we don't go until we have word that it might be open, because it's a dangerous journey, and to sit there is counterproductive when there's going to be no agreement to actually open it.
Even as Israel's military has a green light to go into Gaza, we have late word now that missiles have been fired from an American destroyer in the war zone, USS Carney, operating in the Red Sea, shooting down several rockets that had been fired by Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen. Pentagon officials believe those intercepted rockets may have been aimed at Israel. That cloud of war will be the backdrop for President Biden tonight, asking Congress for an additional, in U.S. money, $100 billion to help pay for military operations in both Israel and Ukraine. Rob.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.